on?
Hey, just so you know, we got recorders going, all right?
You got what going?
Recorders.
Recorders going? Okay, so do I.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I just want to keep everything cool. I'm not going to, like, come close to you guys. I don't have any weapons. I'm not a weirdo. I'm not going to do that stuff. But can I ask for your guys' names and badge numbers?
I'm Officer Dewey.
Thank you.
My badge number is 119.
Thank you, sir.
Officer Fritz, 602.
Thank you, sir.
And Wes, 663.
Okay. Am I being detained?
Not at the second. We're hoping
Okay.
to be able to talk to you.
Thank you. What crime has been committed, is being committed, or is about to be committed? Can you tell me that?
As of right now, we haven't talked to anybody else. We just saw you here.
Okay.
We were just got some calls that.
So this is probably the 5th time they've called you guys in the last few days. What I'm doing is completely legal. I looked up the rules, the laws, the municipal codes on the ingress, egress, for example. Like, they got their cars parked on the sidewalk, like that right there, not ADA compliant with municipal code. You can look it up. 4.707, chapter 3. If I want to, I can go get a chair and sit in their driveway and block all their traffic coming in and out. If I want to be a real dick, I could do.
All right, guys, welcome back. If you're new here, buckle up, because what you're about to see is another example of citizens standing on their rights while authority tries to push the boundaries. This interaction starts calmly. Cameras are rolling on both sides. The citizen makes it clear, no weapons, no threats, no weird behavior. He simply asks for names and badge numbers, something every officer is required to provide. So far, professional, controlled, respectful. But here's the tension. A call was made. And too often, a simple phone call becomes an excuse to override constitutional protections. The real question isn't whether someone called. The real question is, was a crime committed? Because in America, suspicion isn't a substitute for law.
That. Because the law allows specific certain circumstances for blocking ingress and egress at businesses, as long as I'm on the public property of it. So I'm well aware of how the law works. I'm not making any threats of no calls to violence, nothing. Matter of fact, these last people right here, this guy right here in the black shirt, go ask him about me. I just had an interaction with them. If you guys want to do that, I'm not going anywhere. I'm hanging around here. I'm not trying to hide from you guys or anything. If I'm not standing right here after you talk to them, it's not because I'm running away. It's just because I'm probably walking around the block. I just warn customers that come in about like potential fraud or how Kiefer will basically screw them on the back end. So,
What's your name?
My name's Anthony. Or, yeah.
Anthony, if you'd be willing to, could you just take a seat on the curb and then I can go?
Am I being detained? Okay, then I'm free to go, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, I'm trying to help you guys. I'm trying to, sir, what?
Hey, yeah, you're being detained.
For what? What crime am I, for what?
We're going to find out. Yeah.
Sorry, what am I being detained for?
Disorderly conduct. Have a seat.
Disorderly conduct?
Yeah. Have
What?
a seat. You're
How-
being detained. Have a
you
seat,
have-
or you're going to end up in handcuffs.
Why do you, just chill out, dude.
Hey, dude, I'm telling you to have a seat. You are being
I'm
detained.
disabled. I'm disabled.
Okay.
Now watch how quickly this shifts. The citizen asks the key question, am I being detained? That's not random. That's strategic. Because detention requires legal justification. The officers admit they haven't even spoken to anyone yet. No statements gathered. No confirmed crime. Just presence. But instead of clarifying, they start leaning on vague language. We're investigating. And here's where it gets interesting. The man explains he knows municipal code. He references ADA access, public ingress and egress, property boundaries. He's not guessing, he's researched it. He makes it clear he's on public property and not blocking anyone. Knowledge changes the power dynamic. And when citizens understand the law, conversations like this don't stay casual for long.
You're a big guy.
I'm
right?
dude, I'm not going to hurt anyone.
that called us and find out what the complaint is.
That's what I said. Tell you what, I will
want you to stay
tell you what, let me help you out. What am I can you give me RAS for the detention? Because right now you're effectively making an arrest.
No, I just did.
For what?
I just want you to stay here, brother.
You don't have any evidence. You just told me you haven't talked to anyone. Go.
Trespass, disorderly conduct. That's what we're investigating.
Don't try this
So
shit
you're
with me.
being
I'm already
detained.
aware of how this works.
Okay, so am I.
You're being a jerk, man.
No, you're being a jerk.
I came up here
This
to help
officer
you guys
asked you
out.
to have a seat, all right? And I'm telling you to have a seat now because you're not listening. Do you understand that?
Okay, I'm not going to hurt you or anything. I'm telling you, I am
Can you just have a
disabled.
seat then, man?
No, I'm going to stand here. You already.
Okay.
You
cool.
cannot give
That's
me
fine.
RAS for this. Are you the? Okay, you're their supervisor.
I am.
Okay, can you explain why he's telling me I'm detained?
Well, he's doing an investigation.
I
You're not
understand that,
physically
but
detained.
okay, so I'm free to go then, right?
No.
So you have to tell me, why am I being detained? What
Because
crime?
we're doing an investigation.
No, that's not good enough. I know the law. You have to tell me what crime have you
Criminal
suspected?
trespass in the second degree.
Bullshit.
In municipal code.
You don't have any proof. You don't have any proof.
4.807.
4 point what?
That's
Then it happens. The word drops. Detained. Disorderly conduct. Just like that. No clear articulation. No specific behavior explained. Just a label. The officer escalates, threatens handcuffs, demands he sit down. The citizen refuses. Calmly, asking for reasonable articulable suspicion. That's not attitude. That's law. And instead of de-escalating, the tone hardens. Have a seat. You're being a jerk. This is where authority often tests compliance over legality. The man repeatedly asks, what crime? What statute? What evidence? And the answers? Vague, circular, investigative delay. This is a gray zone where rights either hold or collapse under pressure.
what we're doing, the investigation.
Are you feeling 4.705? 4.707?
807 criminal trespass. Second
It's not
degree.
criminal
It's-
trespass. I haven't stepped on their property.
Okay. We're getting to the bottom of that. That's
Okay.
That's what.
If you guys want to do an investigation, that's fine, but it's not legal for you to detain me. Look this up. Chapter 42,
I'll write this
U.S.
down.
Code, Section 1983.
We'll take a look.
You lose your QI.
Okay.
You don't get to detain and arrest people for no reason.
Once arrested you and nobody's physically
You have no
detained you,
proof.
we're doing
Okay, so I'm free to go then.
When we came up, you were right there on that corner. Right on the parking lot right there.
Okay, that's their.
No, I'm
so
not.
Hold tight.
It's not their property.
It is.
No, it's not. That is public ingress and egress, and it goes at least 4 feet from the curb right there. How would somebody in a wheelchair get from that corner down this sidewalk? I'm not an idiot. I looked this stuff up. The cop that was here yesterday told me to get off the street because I didn't want to stand on that part and freak them out because they don't know the law. They're not familiar. Like, for example, I've already passed national real estate law, so I understand how this works.
Fascinating.
He told me, oh yeah, okay, now you're being a smart ass. I'm trying to help you out here,
I
okay?
need the help.
What are you being
Frankly,
detained? What am I being detained?
Now the supervisor steps in, and instead of clarity, we get more ambiguity. Trespass is mentioned, but there's no proof he stepped on private property. The citizen counters immediately, explaining the boundaries of public access. He references federal civil rights law, 42 U.S. Code Section 1983, a statute allowing citizens to sue for constitutional violations. That's not a bluff. That's leverage. The officers claim probable cause may develop. But here's the problem. Probable cause can't come after detention without foundation. You don't detain first and investigate later, hoping something sticks. That flips the burden. And that's exactly what's being challenged in real time.
Detained for?
You fill us in on the details. We could just sit here in absolute silence. That
What
would
are
be
we
just
being?
fine.
What am I being detained for?
I've explained that to you.
No, tell me the
I've already
law.
told you. I've already told you.
What's your badge number?
It's 225
What's your DPST?
44820.
Perfect. Thank you. What's yours?
54191.
He doesn't have to tell you that.
It's public records.
I'm just kidding. I wanted to see what you'd say.
Yeah, I know you guys can lie to me. I'm well aware you guys can lie to me.
Those are not lies. You could look those up.
It's public records.
All right.
I mean, I could punch it in right now and pull it up if I want to.
That's correct.
Okay. So what are we waiting for?
Waiting for the officers to go talk to the people inside who called us about your behavior. When they have made a determination or figured things out, we'll go from there.
This is
And
like
if-
the 5th time they called you guys. You guys leave every time. And I've been...
I haven't met you yet, so
Dude, I got assaulted right there yesterday, and the cops that came out, I called 911. Somebody came off the property on the public property right there, assaulted me. I have the film. It's already uploaded. I'm sending it to Sergeant Maloney.
Okay.
Okay? I got assaulted. I showed Fox, and Tio, when they came out, and they didn't do shit. They just got in their squad cars and left. I was assaulted.
Notice the tactic shift. They stall. We're waiting. We'll get to the bottom of it. Meanwhile, the citizen explains this is a fifth call in recent days. Pattern established. Repeated police response. No arrest. No trespass. No charges. That's not coincidence. That's consistency. And then he drops another detail. He was assaulted the day before. Claims he called 911. Claims property damage. Claims officers left without action. Now the dynamic shifts again. The citizen isn't just defending himself. He's accusing neglect. Suddenly, this isn't just about trespass. It's about accountability.
Broke my phone case, and see the camera lens right here? That's cracked now too. It's not a cheap phone.
I see that. It's an iPhone.
So,
I'm sorry.
I'm well aware of the law, so if you guys try to arrest me here, it's not going to go anywhere.
Okay, well, if I had $1 for every
If
time
you're
I heard
going to violate my civil rights,
no one plans on violating your civil rights. We'll make an arrest if there's probable cause.
probable cause for, so you don't have any RAS right now to keep me detained.
I'm not doing any
You just
investigating.
admitted
I'm
that.
sitting here bantering with you. I'm doing
Okay, so I'm
zero
free to go?
investigating. So no, I've already told you that. That hasn't changed. I'll let you know the second it changes. You can,
No, you can't just detain people for no reason. You have to have,
we're doing an investigation.
you have to do that first.
Do what first? Explain.
Do
this.
your investigation and get your so-called proof or reasonable articulable suspicion first. You have to get that
You
first.
got that. You were on their property. It sounds like
No,
the
I'm
officer
not.
pulled up. You were on their.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Well,
No, I
we'll
was
get
not.
to the bottom of it. Sometimes that takes some time.
Okay.
So that's why we
So
ask
can
people to remain.
can I apologize and just simmer this down then?
That'd be great.
Okay. So do you know how far from the curb public ingress and egress extends?
No idea.
Okay, look it up then.
For what reason? Why would I need to do that?
The debate tightens around reasonable suspicion. The officers insist they have it because he was on their property. He flatly denies it. And here's the key tension. No measurements, no verification, just assumption. One side relies on training and experience. The other relies on documented law and property boundaries. This is where many encounters turn. Authority leans on more likely than not. The citizen demands specifics. When pressed for exact location details, the officers deflect. They don't want to get into the minutiae, but minutiae matters. Inches matter. Public versus private matters. Because that's the difference between lawful presence and unlawful arrest.
So you know that I'm not trespassing. I've never been
I'm
trespassed.
familiar with what
I've
trespass
never
and its
been
elements.
trespassed.
Okay.
Ever.
They've never asked you to leave?
No, they can't.
Okay.
I've never gone on their property.
Okay.
They've told you guys every time that you guys come out here. And look, I know you're upset and you think I'm like being a dick.
Nobody's
or
upset
something.
with you.
You sound very upset, sir.
Cool, because I told you to do something for me and you were totally
It's not a lawful order. Anyways,
Sure.
listen,
Sure.
I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just saying there's public ingress and egress from the
That's
curbs.
debatable.
So they're going to pull up the blueprints. They're going to go down to the county clerk's office.
That's not how probable cause is established. It's a more likely than not standard. Okay?
Okay.
So we don't go out and we don't measure things down to the inches. It's a more likely than not.
Okay.
It's a legal standard that's stood the test of time that we have all the training
Can you-
experience to figure out.
Okay. Can you
That's
show me where they said I was at on the property?
Okay, your questions designed to get me to dive into the minutia of this are ridiculous. Of course I can't. I just got
Okay,
you. I've
show
been
me
talking
what-
to
can
you
you
the
show me
entire
where?
time. No, I can't. I don't know where they're talking about. I'm not the one doing the investigation. I'm just standing here bantering back and
Okay.
forth
Can
with
you tell me where they said I was at on their property? Oops. Sorry. I'm not.
Then comes the bigger question, harassment. The officer suggests he's antagonizing the business. He responds, speaking people on a public sidewalk is protected activity. No threats, no violence, just conversation. The First Amendment doesn't disappear because someone feels uncomfortable. That's the entire point of free speech. And when the officer suggests its justification in his own mind, you can feel the frustration spike. But frustration isn't a crime either. The citizen continues pressing, not yelling, not threatening, just demanding legal grounding for every action taken against him.
I'm not trying to come towards you. I just
I
tripped.
don't get why you don't understand what he's telling you. We've been here talking with you.
Yeah, and you said you're detaining me. So effectively,
So
by this
other
time,
officer can conduct his investigation.
that doesn't matter. I don't have to help with your investigation.
I'm not asking you to help. You're being detained.
You're detaining me
in case
to
there
do
is
your
probable
investigation.
cause. Because if you committed a crime, then
Dude,
you're gonna.
this is the fifth
Are you
time
from
they've
Eugene
called.
originally?
This is the fifth time they've called you guys out, and every time you guys get back in your cars and leave.
Well, each
Well,
time
maybe it'll be 6. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be 6.
But at this point, it's harassment. I've already called, and I've started a
Say the
harassment.
same about you, bud. If you're out here harassing them and they're
I'm not
customers.
harassing. Do you know what's harassment then?
I don't know. You said you contacted their customers
Yeah,
as they're coming in.
Which I can do. I can talk to people on the
Yeah,
sidewalk.
you sure can. So
Okay,
that's what
thank
we're
you.
doing here too, right? So how are we harassing you?
So
Because
if
then that's
I'm
what
standing
you're
here
harassing them.
and somebody over there
Okay.
can hear me, so what? As long as I'm not making any threats or calls to action, that would be violence, right? Correct? I'm not doing any of that. They don't have any film. I have film of them threatening me.
Well, are you going to show it to us?
No, because last time it didn't do any good. I'm going to take this and I'm going to send it.
Now watch the psychological shift. The officers attempt to frame the detention as routine procedure, temporary, harmless. But detention is a seizure under the Fourth Amendment. That's not minor. That's constitutional territory. The citizen points out the pattern. Every time they respond, they leave. No enforcement, no citation, no arrest. So what's different this time? The answer appears to be pressure from the business repeatedly calling. And that's the uncomfortable truth. Sometimes police presence becomes customer service for private complaints rather than neutral law enforcement.
All. I'm going to talk to Sergeant Maloney.
Okay, well, that's
I just-
your complete prerogative.
I've talked to him for quite a while. Hopefully I can trust him. I don't know you.
I think you
I don't
can
know
trust
you,
him.
but you sound.
Sergeant Maloney's a good guy.
He sounded like, honestly, he did sound like he was a
I've known
good
him for 20
dude.
Years. I think the world.
And I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't know you. You just walked out a few minutes. I talked to him for like an hour. He sounds like a guy that'll actually do something about me getting assaulted, my private property being damaged, and these guys harassing me. It's a waste of resources for you guys to come out here when I'm doing a 1A
Can I pose
protected.
one quick question though regarding that? What exactly are you doing here? Why do they keep calling?
Because when I talk to people, which is legal for me to talk to them,
Okay.
I just warn them about potential fraud on their financing that happens in the office there. And they're upset about it. But I also have film from the GM yesterday who came up to me and he said that business is just as good or better with me out here. So how would I be harassing and disturbing them?
I'm not delving
I've got.
into their
That's the thing is,
hiring practices.
I know every time I bring up something like that, you guys, that's your answer every time is, oh, I don't want to argue or I don't know about this.
Well,
I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just saying, like, look, man, at this point, it's harassment.
The officers finally admit they're waiting on statements from inside the business. That means, at the moment of detention, they didn't yet have confirmed evidence. That's critical. Meanwhile, the citizen explains exactly why he's there, warning customers about alleged financing practices. Whether you agree with him or not is irrelevant. The Constitution protects unpopular speech just as much as popular speech. And the general manager reportedly admitted business wasn't suffering. So if there's no trespass and no violence, what's left? Speech. And speech alone doesn't justify detention.
Wasting your time.
I wouldn't categorize it harassment if you're coming down here to
Talk to people.
antagonize. Well, I mean, that's probably what you're saying to yourself, but I don't think that's necessarily.
So
what
how's
you're
that
doing.
illegal?
I never said it was illegal.
Okay.
I said it's probably what you're telling yourself to justify what you're doing.
Oh my God. Okay. That doesn't matter.
Correct.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
You're right.
you can call me a jerk and the F slur and
It's gonna
stuff,
call
and
you
you
a
have.
jerk or the F word.
I'm just saying you have protected, a right to do that. I'm sure you're
have no
professional and you
interest in
wouldn't do
doing
that in there. But what I'm saying is, you're not, as long as we're not threatening anybody, right? We're not threatening anybody. We're not making any calls to action for violence. All I'm doing
That's
is
a great
talking to
start.
people that are out in the public forum. I'm filming for my protection because I got assaulted yesterday, and I'm letting people know not to get screwed by the managers and the finance people. And that's what they don't like, because I warn the people when I talk to them out here in public. Or if I see them walking up there and they can hear me while I'm on the
that's
sidewalk.
all it is. Then
Yeah, that's what it is every time. That's why I've never been arrested or trespassed.
Here's the bottom line, guys. This encounter shows exactly why recording matters. Police are legally allowed to use deception. They are not obligated to be your friend. And if you don't know your rights, pressure and authority can easily override them. The pattern is clear. Detain first, investigate after, and hope something materializes. That's why knowledge is power. That's why documentation matters. And that's why these interactions go viral. Not to attack individuals, but to spotlight systems. So always record. Always stay calm. Always ask the right questions. Because the moment you stop asserting your rights is the moment they quietly disappear.